How's it going, everybody? I'm out in PA again, just doing a little camping and shooting. And I'm cooking brats with Spam with wing sauce on them. If being out at the farm with all the tractors and bulldozing in the background was redneck enough. But today I want to talk about the printable 3D printable guns that everyone's been talking about. Now, news media has been doing some shady stuff, such as showing the AR lower that they printed instead of the actual printable gun, because the printable gun doesn't really look like much. So they've been kind of backhandedly trying to get it out there that you can print an AR-15, which just isn't the case. But besides the shady stuff they've been doing, I mean, it's just been the normal, smoke and mirrors with them, trying to make it into a huge issue, when it really isn't. People could make a gun in their own home fairly easy just using plumbing supplies. I mean, there's videos on YouTube of people doing it with a shotgun. Just using plumbing pipes and fixtures. You could put one together fairly easily with just a nail and a couple of other components. But it's never really been an issue. You never hear about people using these in crimes. It's never been a huge issue before. And all of a sudden these 3D printable guns are just amazing. First of all, you need like a $6,000 machine to print these. To make it out of plumbing, you don't need that. You need a Home Depot and 20 bucks. So making a big deal out of this is really it's really a moot point. But what really bothers me is the politicians who are coming out and saying, well, anyone who has $6,000 can start producing guns, become a gun factory in their own garage, build a gun factory in their own garage, making 3D printed guns with no ID, no background checks. And they're saying, well, we have to make this illegal, so they can't. They're worried about people breaking the law, so they're making a new law to ensure that they don't break the old laws. It just doesn't make any sense to me. What they're really not grasping is technology is moving very, very quickly, and it's becoming harder and harder for them to legislate things they don't like. We see that with the internet. We see that with many different things, that the government is losing grip on their ability to regulate certain things, and they're not finding productive ways to cope with this. They're falling back on their old regulation, banning this, banning that, which never has worked. Prohibition has never worked in the past. And they're really not keeping up with the times. They think slapping another Band-Aid on this problem is going to solve it. You can't prevent criminals from being criminals by making more crimes, by making more things criminal offenses. I mean, they can't stop these 3D printable guns. I don't think it's the future, but it's possible now. 3D printing, 3D manufacturing is going to be a big thing, whether they like it or not. And the means of production is going to fall more and more into, smaller scale private hands. So they need to just get used to that. It's starting to rain. So I just don't understand their method here. I mean, if they really wanted to stop people from doing this, they need to look at why people commit crimes. They need to prevent people from wanting to commit these crimes. I mean, they need to look at gang violence. They need to look like studies, like one simply titled "What Causes Crime," done on behalf of the World Bank by, I believe, some Brazilian economists. It uses Becker's model of cost-benefit analysis to look at exactly what causes crime, what specific variables are significant causes of crime. They have some very interesting study, but some very interesting findings. But a lot of it is the economy, and a lot of it is having job opportunities for people. If someone can't make money in the legal sector, they will become criminals. I mean, it's very, very simple stuff. Becker's model of cost-benefit analysis is brilliant, but it's really very simple stuff. It provides a theoretical model to do regression analysis and come up with the real causes for crime. It's actually very amazing, even if some of it is common sense, like such as having a greater police presence, not because they're going to be there to stop crime, but having that police presence there makes it more risky for someone to commit a crime. It's not necessarily they are stopping the crimes, but just having their presence there prevents them from committing crime just by making it more risky for them. So it's things like that that the government should be looking at, improving education, improving people's opportunities in the workplace, bringing jobs back to America, addressing some economic issues that I've talked about before. Simply banning 3D printable guns is not going to do anything, because a criminal is going to do it regardless if you make it illegal or not. Saying that you're going to make something illegal in order to prevent criminals from being criminals is just ludicrous in my opinion. But politicians are just not keeping up with the times and addressing, man, this raincoat's nice. Probably not good for my camera though. I'll have to pack this up in a second. But they're really not keeping up with the times with technology. They're falling back on their old methods of prohibition, which just is not going to help them. It's just going to make the situation worse in most cases. So I'm going to stop the video now and attend to my Brock's and spam here.